This video contains minor spoilers for the following shows. Viewer discretion is advised. There are many times when watching and critiquing anime where we may feel disconnected from someone else's experience of a piece of work. Whether it is a failure to find the values that another individual may be able to effortlessly associate with the show, a disagreement about execution, or even just a simple difference in taste. It is very easy to take a look at a piece of work in isolation when sparking discussion on it, instead of the lasting impact it has had on the people that watched it. What I feel is a sorely underappreciated and underrepresented aspect of art is the personal experience that everyone undergoes while consuming it. Considering that the personal experience through daily life holds so many different variables and ratios of drastically different moods and events, it is not difficult to ponder how all of these happenings in someone's daily life could change their perspective on a work. This is especially true when considering the state of mind they are in when experiencing said art. If someone is going through a time where they are deeply saddened by a lost friend who life had took from them, Anohana, the flower we saw that day, could be the painfully beautiful remedy they need to look past that morning and to start moving forward again. If another individual wants to ponder the existence of an afterlife and getting another chance at experiencing life, then Angel Beats might be an emotional tearjerker that appeals most to their aesthetic sensibilities. After those two paragraphs of seemingly high praise for both the shows mentioned, it may come as a surprise to say that I didn't particularly like either of them. But that's okay, because I know that while I may feel seldomly the odd one out, there are others that probably feel the exact same way as me. In fact, I know that there are others that feel the exact same way as me. Taking a look at the MyAnimeList scores of both shows, there's almost 40,000 users that scored the show below a 6 for Anohana, and over 80,000 users that scored below a 6 for Angel Beats. It may seem painfully obvious that a separate taste for each and every individual under the sun exists, but this honestly becomes harder and harder to grasp when one is in a heated debate trying to defend one of their favorite shows. I think of art as a time capsule, one that can help morph your worldview and something that you can always go back to even when you're at a different juncture in your life. It's amazing to see how time can earnestly change your viewpoints on different aspects of each show. With enough luck, perhaps you could even find the value of a show you once didn't seem to like so much, or the complete inverse effect by liking something significantly less on a second watch through. With hours of content that inevitably goes into long-form media, there's bound to be at least a few things that you may think of differently. Which was exactly the case with fall 2013 seasonal hit, Nagi no Asukara. I felt a strong kinship with the characters and their methods of coming to terms with, or struggling with the mere concept of change. Combine that with stellar animation, cute and expressive character designs, and a soundtrack that is quality enough to be listened to on its own merits, Nagi Asu quickly became one of my favorite shows as I fearlessly marched headfirst into the great unknown of the future. Nagi Asu taught me not to fear, but openly embrace change as a confounding variable that every individual, at some point, must deal with. However, I'm not completely blinded by my unconditional love for the show either. The scene-by-scene interaction of the main characters are especially contrived, sometimes existing only for plot convenience or romantic development, and the ending has been specifically criticized for being too status quo. I could recognize the faults of Nagi Asu, but I won't discount what it has taught me and many others. I love the show to death, and I wouldn't change a single thing about it. This is perhaps the biggest reason that I enjoy anime and other forms of media so unabashedly and outright. The individual connection is perhaps the strongest part, and it is something that is inherently different for everyone, and I think that's cool. This is my favorite part of being into anime and the arts in the first place. Hearing such passionate discussion about people's favorite shows, scenes, characters, background art, music, animation, theming, and enjoyment all feed into an endless loop that make me proud to be an anime fan. With such an endless medium filled with empowering and passionate creators, creations, and viewers, it creates a symbiotic relationship between artist and audience member that is so often overlooked by so many people. Don't discount the personal experience, but cherish it and accept it as part of the ongoing discussion about art and learning about the world around us. We're all human after all, so keep in touch with how you feel, but we should all stand to recognize that everyone is of a different background in personal development, and it is this very reason why the transformative nature of art is so beautiful in the first place. Hey everyone, thanks for giving this little thought experiment of a video a try. For those of you that don't know, this was a post that was originally posted on my blog. My mind is incredibly erratic.wordpress.com, and depending on when you're watching it, this thing would have been posted 5 or 6 months ago. I just never really had the time to come around and make it into a video like I initially expected it to be, but you can check that thing out. I often post, or I wouldn't say often, but I post some stuff from time to time on that blog about video game, anime, and other things I might find interesting. I'm trying to come back in full force on this whole entire YouTube thing coming in 2020, so expect some new uploads coming in from time to time. Thank you very much for giving this video a try, and I'll see you guys next time.